Next on HBO. A Chicago cop is looking for a little R&R in the Rocky Mountains. Too bad a terrorist team chooses to stay at the same resort. Crackerjack. Next on HBO.
It cleanses the very air you breathe, sustains the food your family eats, provides the medicine your body needs, and disappears at the rate of one football field every second.
You see that burning down there? When I see fire, I see the future.
We must defend what is ours. How can we do that without guns? We're going to die. Let's die like men.
You want violence? Fine, we'll have violence. And once I start, I won't stop.
We have to negotiate with him.
You are now under martial law. Clear the square.
They're scared. They put 9 bullets in his body. That's how scared they are.
You have to leave.
I can't run. My blood is the same blood as the people who are suffering here.
You want them to kill you?
Chico, people are scared.
I'm scared too. I'm fighting because I believe we can win.
Based on a true story, Raul Julia, Edward James Olmos, Sonia Braga, the movie event of the year, The Burning Season, the HBO original movie, coming in September, only on HBO.
Arthur Ashe, a brilliant athlete who became an inspired leader. Of his fatal illness, he thought,
having to live as a black person in America from day one has been infinitely more challenging and time-consuming, most of it wasteful. You just imagine all the wasted time in my life that you have to spend just trying to be able to be viewed like everybody else.
A special event from HBO Sports. Arthur Ashe, Citizen of the World. Coming in September on HBO.
In September, how many reasons do you need to watch HBO? Reason 1, Sylvester Stallone bearing it all in Demolition Man. Reason 2, the movie event of the year, the HBO original movie, The Burning Season with Raul Julia. Reason 3, a tribute to the man who was more than a great athlete, Arthur Ashe, Citizen of the World. Reason 4, the KO from the UK, Lennox Lewis. He's still champ and still undefeated. Reason 5, the best hour of comedy on TV, Dream On and the Larry Sanders Show. Reason 6, the season's kickoff of Inside the NFL. Reason 7, everything else. We've got The Fugitive.
I didn't kill my wife.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
The season premiere of Tales from the Crypt. The return of Dennis Miller live. And welterweight champ Pernell Whitaker's rematch with Buddy McGirt. How many reasons is that? We've lost count. HBO. Reason enough.
It's become one of the hottest events in the Hamptons, and this year's 4th annual HBO Pictures premiere screening was no exception. This summer season's premiere was the new HBO Pictures political thriller, The Burning Season. The true story of Brazilian activist Chico Mendes, who was murdered while fighting to protect his home and his people against incredible odds. Among the famous faces attending were Lynn Whitfield, Robert Klein, Bianca Jagger, Ben Gazzara, Dick Cavett, Matt Lauer, Chris Noth, James Earl Jones, Veronica Webb, and Rosie Perez, along with Burning Season stars Sonia Braga, Nigel Havers, Kamala Dawson, Tomas Milian, and Isai Morales.
It's about issues that concern us all. The fact that it's about greed, it's about politics, it's about the way that people in power take advantage of the political situation to meet their own needs, and one man's struggle against that.
When the jungle's cleared, ranch land, from horizon to horizon. That's how the American pioneers did it.
This was not a man that really set out saying, I want to be a hero, I want to be a great man. It's a man who kind of was propelled along because of his charisma and because of what he stood for.
You're fighting progress. I'm not fighting progress. We need jobs. We need development. But we want it to happen in a way that it doesn't keep us poor.
It's political, and I think it's a thriller. I mean, you have this ticking clock all the time. You know this is a man under threat and embattled, and I think you care a lot about it. I mean, looking around tonight in the audience, there was hardly a dry eye in the house at the end.
It was great. It was sad. It was really sad. I was crying. I was worrying that my camera was going to run, but it was really sad. But it's an important film, and I'm glad it was made. I'm glad it was made honestly.
It was an emotional experience for cast members as well.
I was very, very happy with the way it came out. I think it's beautiful.
I really liked it. I think it's very, very good, and I like the way they cut the film together.
You want violence? Fine, we'll have violence. And I promise you, once I start, I won't stop.
I thought it's an extraordinary document, an important story. I hope the world sees it.
Well, it was moving, number one. And when you move, like, why does an actor choose a role? If it makes you cry, you do it. If it makes you laugh, you do it. This made me cry. Rao was wonderful.
I think that it's important that the film community is lending its resources and that actors are lending its resources to maintain the voice of Chico Mendes.
It was devastating and very encouraging and exciting and heroic at the same time.
The HBO Movie Event of the Year, The Burning Season, starring Raul Julia, Edward James Olmos, Sonia Braga, and Isai Morales, premieres Saturday, September 17th at 8 p.m. on HBO.
Next on HBO, a Chicago cop is looking for a little R&R in the Rocky Mountains. Too bad a terrorist team chooses to stay at the same resort, Crackerjack. Next on HBO.
Obsession.
Another war is coming. My sole concern is that there be a nation left to defend.
Married to power.
How do you know what will ultimately happen?
Because I control what happens.
The temptation.
Goodbye, Mr. President.
To take it all because you can.
We're deploying 100,000 troops into the 12 major cities of this country.
I think someone's onto us.
One man may be the difference between a United States you love.
We're going to find out who they are, what they're planning, and how to stop them.
What are you going to do about it?
And a United States you'll learn to fear. Forrest Whitaker, Sam Waterston, Dana Delaney, and Jason Robards, The Enemy Within, an HBO original movie. Tuesday on HBO. It couldn't happen here, could it?
I'll see you in hell first. It's a date.
You can run. But you can't hide. The Fugitive, coming in October on HBO.
We remember when he used to be such a nice boy.
What do you think this is, a game? What makes people evil? Hey, accidents will happen.
Macaulay Culkin, The Good Son, premieres Saturday, September 3rd on HBO. Better put the kids to bed for this one.
Do you remember Saturday nights? Prom night? You know who I went to the prom with? My cousin. Man, it was the worst experience of my life. I'm there with my cousin and, you know, we had to do that traditional kiss. I'm only glad he was a good kisser. I'm sorry.
We believe the family that slays together stays together. Addams Family Values, coming in November on HBO. Garry Shandling, Brian Benben, stars of the best hour of comedy on TV.
This year, I'm proud to say we're the lead-in to the best hour of comedy on TV.
Brian Benben? You want to know about Brian Benben?
Is Garry okay with that?
So what is this, America's Most Wanted? What did he do?
He didn't make any nasty cracks or anything, did he? Did he?
He did something, didn't he? Oh, my.
Larry Sanders and Dream On, both halves of the best hour of comedy on TV. New episodes Wednesday night at 10 on HBO.
To help kick off the new season of The Larry Sanders Show, HBO News set out to bring you an in-depth look at the career of Garry Shandling. We wanted to talk about the beginning, his writing days on two popular 70s sitcoms, Sanford and Son and Welcome Back, Kotter, his days as a stand-up comedian, his guest hosting gig on The Tonight Show, that sort of thing.
You said you weren't going to ask me about the early days.
No, early days. Okay. Well, he just finished shooting Lifesavers with Steve Martin, and he plays Warren Beatty's attorney in another movie called Love Affair. And of course, there's his HBO comedy hit, The Larry Sanders Show.
Before we get on with this interview, I should tell you the limitations. Nothing about my work or my personal life. So feel free.
I'd just like to announce to everyone that HBO is shooting this table reading. So don't be alarmed by the presence of this camera. Just act natural.
This table reading goes real well. We were just discussing the fact that we'll use your film and just use it for the episode itself, thereby saving ourselves a week of work.
Here you go. All right. Page 1, scene 1.
There must have been some sign this was going on.
Well, I suspected some people were smoking, that marijuana. You know, what we used to call the wacky tobacco.
As an actor, I know that sometimes you have a good understanding of a moment. If what they're seeing in the script doesn't match what they're feeling, we talk about it. And we do improvisations, and we also have wonderful writers. So it's a great combination of the two that I think make the show what it is, which is after Dream On.
We'll come back and rehearse at 2. Plenty to rehearse today. Obviously, Hank has just told them about the problem he's having, and action.
Larry and Garry are very different people. Larry is a year younger than Garry, which I think says it all. And Larry wants to host a late-night talk show and be on television every night. And I really don't feel that way. I have many other things to do. We need a standing ovation when Larry walks on. And then, well, Larry has sex with 4 or 5 female volunteers. We're still talking about me?
Still talking about you.
Okay, then. I thought that we had shifted to talking about you, and I lost interest.
He's just a great guy to work for.
And full of self-loathing as any comic genius ought to be.
These guys are following us everywhere.
He's a hell of an actor.
Smart, funny, evolved.
You guys should go over to Evening Shade. You might catch something interesting. I would like to see 15 minutes of our show before Dream On, and then 15 minutes after. Isn't that a good idea? I cannot get them to do that. This interview is going to start a lot of rumors that there's something not right with me. You know that. You know that people are going to be looking at this going, what is he on? And I'm on nothing. Well, I'm on HBO. And that's a natural high.
Next on HBO, a Chicago cop is looking for a little R&R in the Rocky Mountains. Too bad a terrorist team chooses to stay at the same resort, Crackerjack. Next on HBO.
Want a sure thing? How about a new movie every Saturday night on HBO?
Oh, that's deep.
No repeats.
But I see where you coming from.
52 weeks a year.
Why can't we just sit here and watch this movie?
Guaranteed. This week, Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson, Tupac Shakur, Tyra Farrell, and Tone Loc. It's nice to have one guarantee in life, a new movie. Guaranteed. Want a sure thing? HBO Saturday Nights.
What I wouldn't give for some action.
Well, look what we're about to defrost.
Oh, I'm so scared.
And Stallone's gonna heat up just the way you like it.
Yeah.
Demolition Man. Premieres Saturday, September 10th on HBO.
Welcome aboard.
Pittsburgh, please.
Your captain is Bruce.
I never had a woman partner before.
Neither have I.
So hang on tight.
Man shark.
Because he loves to make waves.
It was a Pittsburgh cop that killed these girls. It's damn son.
Bruce Willis and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Put up your gun.
Now!
Striking Distance. Coming in September on HBO.
At 5 feet 7 inches, Kevin Kelly is 126 pounds. 6 foot 6 inch Lennox Lewis is 233 pounds. Mr. Kelly has a 70-inch reach. Mr. Lewis has an 83-inch reach.
Check.
Mr. Kelly is the undefeated WBC featherweight champion. Mr. Lewis is the undefeated WBC champion, the first from Great Britain in nearly 100 years.
That's heavyweight champion.
Heavyweight, you ain't lying.
Pound for pound, the best fighters in the world fight here, HBO.
And change that damn music.
Mr. Lewis would like to invite you to another match. His title defense against #1 ranked Oliver McCall. World Championship Boxing. Lewis versus McCall. Live Saturday, September 24th, only on HBO.
Who could be more inside than Len, Nick, and Chris? Jimmy Johnson joins Inside the NFL. Premieres Thursday, September 8th on HBO.
Simply the best choice on TV. HBO.